Hello everybody! Again, I am using my friend's Mage, so big thanks to Wraith for letting me use his Mage so that I can do these Tellmewhen guides. Alright, so the person requested a whole bunch of different things that they want to monitor for Frost Mages. Now, I'm not going to be doing all of them, but I will be going through some of them and showing you how to do these things. So, the first thing he said was he wanted... one of the things he said was frostfire bolt. He wanted to see the cooldown of that. There is no cooldown on frostfire bolt, so what I'm assuming he's meaning is he wants to see the debuff on the target and how long that has still to go. So if I just press frostfire bolt, it looks bloody cool, and it's making me want to level a frost mage myself because this is amazing. Just hitting the target dummy is fun. Alright, so I've hit the target with the frostfire bolt, and it tends to apply a debuff on the target. If I just hit it again, it should pop up eventually. I don't know why it's not doing anything. It was before. Maybe it doesn't apply to raiders training dummies. I don't know. There we go. Hit that guy. Now Frostfire Bolt pops up and it's got a few seconds. Ah, there we go. It's a movement slow effect. Alright, so let's go and set that up. So /TMW, press enter. Let's enlarge this so that people can see it. And right click there. Icon type. It is a buff /debuff. So let's click there. It is enabled. And it's a debuff, okay? It's on the target, it's a debuff on them, it's a slow, so remember to select debuff. Units to watch, you are not hitting yourself with frostbolts, okay? So, units to watch, target, enter. Choose spells to check, it should be something like frostfire. It's just frostfire. There we go, it's the slowed effect from that, because that's what it does. Slowed. Only check mine. Show timer text, okay. Exit configuration mode, and now it should show up when I hit this training dummy with Frostfire Bolt. It should appear. There we go, boom! It's saying how long they will be slowed by this Frostfire Bolt for. Alrighty, so let's continue going, because there's a lot to do, Lots of stuff that Frost Mages want to keep an eye on. Now the next thing he wanted was, let me have a look at my list. He wants Brain Freeze, which is a proc. So let's right click that, enabled. Icon type, buff /debuff. It is on us. It's a proc, it is a buff, and it's on us, so units to watch is player. Choose spell to check. Is it Mind Freeze or Brain Freeze? Let's have a look. No, it is Brain Freeze. It is indeed Brain Freeze. Alright, so we got Brain, whoops. Stop pressing the wrong buttons, Tempus, you suck at this. Okay, we got Brain Freeze passive and we got Brain Freeze instant. I would choose the instant one. Okay, so I'm choosing instant. Brain Freeze instant version. Buff, only check mine. Units to watch as player. Present, prioritize normally. Show timer text. Okay. Exit, and now we've got to try and get this thing to proc. So let's go, and I'm going to have some fun dotting everything up with this. There we go, it's just popped now. Brain Freeze, it's up there, you can see it, it's got a timer sweep, and it's got the timer text on it. And that's fantastic. And look how many times it's procced just again now. Right now it's just procced, and again, and again, and again. It's just going to keep procking like that, and it's amazing. And stop making me want to play mages, people! What's wrong with you? Alright, okay, so now that's done. We need to add more buttons here because there are just simply not enough buttons. So let's go over here. Let's add a couple more buttons. Just extended a couple of columns. Don't worry too much about that. Okay, and then the other thing he wanted, Fingers of Frost. So let's go over there. And again, buff /debuff. It's a buff. It is a proc on us. Units to watch is player, and it's a buff. Fingers of Frost, I'm choosing the instant version. Enter. Buff, only check mine. Present, prioritize normally. Show timer text. Okay. Ooh. Enabled. Almost forgot it. Don't you forget it. Always enable. Always enable. Told you, I almost always do that. It's so hard to remember that. Alright, so let's just quickly see if we can get that Fingers of Frost to proc. Okay. And of course that slow thing is currently tracking our Frostbolt as well. But seeing as Frostbolt has some other effects on top of that, I really want to create a separate one for that. So, come on. Proc, damn you. Proc, 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 proc. Let's set up one of those cool frozen orb thingies. There we go, it's just proc now. You can see the number of stacks it has right over there. When this is smaller, okay, it's much, much harder to see the stack number if you have the timer text. You may wish to get rid of that. So, you've got the timer sweep, you've got the number of stacks shown is 2, and we've got the big, awesome looking Fingers of Frost icon showing and being all shiny like. And then we're going to go and do some more, because there's more stuff to do. And now what I really want to do is do the icon specifically for the debuff that your Frostbolt applies. Simply because if you look at your Frostbolt effect, it's got the movement speed slow, yes, but it also increases the damage of some of your moves and your pet's moves as well. So I'm going to do that as a separate one, so that your other moves don't interfere with that, and you can see how many stacks of it you have. So let's go /TMW, use this box over here, enabled, don't forget that enabled, buff/debuff, it is in fact a debuff, units to watch, target, choose spells to check, it should be something like Frostbolt. Okay, we've got Frostbolt. See that should work. If it doesn't, we can always redo it. Only check mine. Show timer, show time. Oops, show timer text. Okay. Now let's have a look at this. Let's Frostbolt him. There we go. It's just appeared now. Okay, and now we've got the 3 stacks. You can see it over here. Now the next thing to test is, does this show up if I use Frostfire Bolt? Because we don't want that. The answer is no. Fantastic. Cool. It works. Implement that if you want to have your Frostbolt debuff on the guy tracking, because it's a little bit of the kind of like a Sunder armor for mages in a way. That's how it makes me feel. 3 stacks and all increases your damage. So I would, as a mage, really want to keep track of that. I would use that for sure. Then one of the last things, I think this is the very, very last thing I will be doing, Fingers of Frost, tracking the cooldown of that. Oh wait, no, not Fingers of Frost, Icy Veins rather. We've already done Fingers of Frost, Tempest, you crazy, crazy man. So let's just go into group settings, add yet another column, and then let's move that over here, and we want to track the cooldown of Icy Veins. Enabled. Icon type, spell cooldown. Choose spells to check Icy Veins. And I'm going to choose this one, this instant one over here. Press enter. And show timer text. Show states and opacity. I don't want it just when usable. If you have usable ticked, it's only going to show you this Icy Veins move when it's able to use. You can have that, it's fine, but if you want to see how long it's going to take before it's ready again, you want to get rid of usable and show unusable with show timer and show timer text. Okay, let's click OK. Exit configuration mode, and then let's use Icy Veins. Kaboom! It's showing. We've got 3 minutes left on the cooldown, and the timer, it is ticking. And one last little bit of info I want to give you guys is, if you want to see how long this buff of Icy Veins still has on you. Whoops! Put that in the channel by mistake. Group settings. Whoa, it's added another column. Okay, this is the very last one, I promise. Enabled. Icon type. It is a buff or a debuff. We watch ourselves. Icy Veins. Instant. Enter. Player. It's a buff. Only check mine. Show timer text. Exit configuration mode. And that should now work. So I'll just quickly fast forward through those last 2 minutes on the cooldown for you. Alrighty, so our Tellmewhen, or rather all our cooldowns are finished, so now we can set up this Tellmewhen, make sure it's working. So we have it all set up, life is good. And then let's exit configuration mode and use it. Kapow! So we now have 3 minute cooldown left on our Icy Veins, or whatever that's called. What is it called? Yes, it is Icy Veins. And we have 13 seconds left on the duration, making our Frostbolts hit really, really fast. So, I hope you enjoyed this guide, and if you did, then please feel free to click that lovely like button, post a comment, and subscribe for more. You can also post any requests you want in either the comments or on Facebook. Twitter's a little bit harder, you can do it there too, but preferably Facebook or in the comments section below. And of course, you can follow me on like me on Facebook and follow me on Twitter for updates about new guides and all sorts of fun stuff. Anyway, that's it for this video. I hope you enjoyed, and cheerio!